Hey, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend, and hopefully, everybody had a green week. So, for today, for the weekly watch list, again, we want to break it down and kind of want to just keep it very simple, keep a few tickers here for the week, so you guys can focus on some structure, maybe some discipline, and hopefully get into some good swing trades. So the first ticker that want to mention is FTX. Okay, so FTX, I almost wanted it to get into it on Friday, but unfortunately, I decided to wait just because of the market, right? Well, let's get into the market. Market again. Every weekly watch list that we've been making so far, it's always just giving you a nice warning that we are making all-time highs and we're continuing to stay bullish. Looks like every red candle just keeps getting bought up, and this market just goes and goes and goes while other sectors are trending down. Some are trying to trend change, others had a nice rally. So it's all a matter of what sector you are grabbing and what tickers you are playing, right? Your strategy has to change during the week because you can be scalping, you can be swing trading. Swing trading can be a little more painful just because of the market's volatility and because we're making all-time highs. And every time we come to this all-time high, we get smacked down pretty heavily, and the pullbacks are fairly aggressive. So you got to be careful with that. Just because we have an aggressive pullback doesn't mean we're full 100% bearish and we're expecting some type of correction. Okay. Until that changes, we literally still buy the dip on a lot of these plays. Okay. Tech looks like it's cooling off. Looks like we have a nice little range here. Definitely on some good levels, and definitely could be looking for some new highs, new all-time highs. That 152, and then you look for the 153, and then like the 154. RTY is the small caps, which is the Russell. Looking for IWM. This is kind of just trading sideways in this level. There's still a lot of bearishness to this, but it's holding a nice weekly level on the larger time frame. So it's definitely holding some buyers. We just want buyers to continue and take this to the top side. Okay, it's basically all I'm looking for on RTY. It includes some of the airlines and some of the financials that drive this. So if you want to grab that sentiment, grab that. I'm sure you guys all watched the previous video where I talked about the futures and how you can trade them and use them to the best of your ability and as a big benefit to your trading whenever you're in a stock. Okay. I will be keeping watch on gold this week. I think we do have the Feds coming up, and usually gold likes to pump up but then dump. So I might potentially grab a position on gold just because it has a nice bottoming tail right here. This nice candle right here, and it's based off this weekly level. Look at this. Okay, this is why I like zones, because a zone is not just one little price level. A zone is a full area of value where it comes to support and resistance levels, and it's huge. All right, you grab the bigger time frame, you're definitely going to look for a bigger move, and you're going to understand the trend change potential. So the past few videos, I've been talking to you guys about some trend changes, some reversals, a staircase pattern, supply and demand, and now look at this. Just the results of things that bounce at stronger levels. And look, here's your demand. Okay, here's your demand right here. Here's that base that it built before it made this new all-time high, came down here and retested, made this high right here, and guess what? Look again, it's doing it again. It's coming back down here, and then now it's pushing up. So I was actually able to catch some of this trade, which was pretty cool. Definitely was not on the watch list, but it's always good to have those weekly levels, and that's why it's very important. Oil, I'm not expecting too much. I think we're just going to be cooling off into the winter season. Usually that's kind of what happens. We tend to trend up during summertime, spring and summer, and then we tend to cool off during the winter and fall season. So I'm not really expecting too much on oil. But yeah, that's kind of just my thought process in the market. Again, not too many details for this week. But Definitely great tickers that we have coming up. All right. All right. So first things first, we have FDX. Okay. FDX is a great ticker. It is something that ran through COVID. It is something that's been holding value. It's just a great stock overall. I think I prefer to swing something like this versus day trading it. I think the day trading is a little more of a patient type of play because it doesn't move aggressively with the market, but it tends to just kind of creep up and then creep down, kind of like UPS. All right, so it has its own unique characteristics. What I see here is a nice base drop with a channel down into a support. The support, I grabbed it from right here. This is where we ended up dropping. We kind of stalled here and then we dropped 234. Came back in, we kind of fought against this level, came in here, retested a support, came in here, and now we have a channel, which is a pattern coming down, and now it looks like it's currently breaking to the top. There's some indecision, yes, of course. It looks like it's kind of just slowing down, and it's giving us a nice setup into next week, well, this week coming. And what I want you to realize is that you're coming against a lot of resistance. Okay, this whole area right here, plenty of resistance. Okay, so whenever you want to look at a ticker like this, you always want to know what you're coming up against. If the trend change is going to come in, if it's truly going to, continue to the top side, and if we're going to get that retest. The retest meaning this retest here. Okay, this is the retest that I'm looking for. It doesn't have to happen this week. It can definitely stay range all week, and then all of a sudden on Friday it ends up popping into next Monday and Tuesday. So remember, these stocks can do whatever they want. So the main thing that I'm going to be looking for, just like I mentioned in the previous swing videos that you guys should probably watch if you have not, is one, we get the pattern. This is the pattern. Two, this is at a demand. Three, you're looking for a good volume and multiple hour candles building inside these levels and right above. If we can get candle bodies in here, just building above this 277 level, we are definitely going to be looking for long, and we're going to look at least for the first target right here. Okay, that 284 level, 284, 285 level. That's what you want to look for. I do have targets. I did post a weekly watch list. So my entry wants to be, I want to get in around 278. That's going to be a nice area right here. Okay, it's not a full breakout yet, but that is my entry, just because I want to make sure we stay above. I want to make sure that we continue to the top side and continue to hit every target, things like 280, 281.30, 282.50, and then 284 and 285 level. So I just want this to cruise on up. I'm not looking for a parabolic move, but definitely looking for some good volume to hold it up. That is it for FDX. If you want to trade puts below, 276 would be a good area for starting put positions, or you can just simply wait to this 275 right here. The 275 will most likely be the confirmation for a break below, and then you just write it down to the downside just because of the sentiment. It's still a little bit bearish. I am looking for a trend reversal. If that does happen, these are my targets to the top. Otherwise, I will not be trading puts, but if you do, please stay green and trail your position, right? It's very simple, actually. So I'm coming in with the intention to trade calls on FDX. Definitely, if you're watching FDX, make sure you go look at UPS and just kind of see where we're at. This was on the watch list last week, and we did not break to the downside, but definitely I'm going to keep my alerts here, and the alerts up top as well. So this can trade sideways. It can move with FDX as long as they move together. I'll definitely be looking at both of them, but only looking forward to trade FDX. Next ticker is going to be Apple. Everyone here knows, and Apple is a liquid stock. It's one of those stocks that gets traded on a daily basis. It's literally like on everybody's watch list consistently. So if somebody's out there saying like, I called out Apple, it's like, no, you didn't. Everybody's watching Apple. It's a very liquid stock. Okay. It's just a matter if you're going to catch the trade or not. Okay. Because the trade on Apple are always there. Okay. The biggest thing here is that everybody has this pattern, this pennant pattern, bullish pattern, and everybody knows that it broke above. Okay. So all I'm doing it is looking for a lot of volume to come in to Apple like it normally does, looking for an excessive amount of volume once it starts breaking over 150. Over 150 is you're going to get your retail traders that come in and they're going to start trading long and entering long positions above. What I want to do and what I want you guys to understand is that when you have a break of pattern, you get a retest. Your retest level is right here. Your retest level can stay here as long as it stays above that trend line, okay? So all this is your retest of that pattern. What I'm looking for is for this to hold at least to stay above, all right? I need it to stay above over that 147.50 and then 148. I just need to stay above. That's all I'm really looking for. I am in swings, been in swing positions, building on this nice little downtrend, and then finally ended up being solid green on Thursday into Friday, scaled out, and then got back in right here on these dips. So I'm looking for 149 to 150 to break. That's all I'm looking for. I want our candle bodies to build on top if we don't get the retest first. If we get the continuation, it's definitely a good area to start building into another position, you know, anywhere in here, okay? Anywhere in here before the breakout actually happens over that 150. So you can get a head start. You just got to understand to go light and not to go heavy. And don't get scared because it has a nice little pullback. If you're scared of a pullback, then don't get in and wait for the pullback and get in on the red candles, all right? You have two choices. So all I'm looking for Apple is to break 150, okay? I'm looking to build a position into it. So I'm going to enter somewhere in here. I'm going to get some time on my contracts. I'm going to get some in the monies, probably 2 to 3 weeks out. And then day trade and scalp a few weeklies using some pre-market levels, using the break of 150, 151, 152, 153. Ultimately, what I want to look for is the 155, the 160, the 165. I'm looking for the bigger psychological numbers on Apple. If we can keep to continue trading above 150 levels on the on this 4-hour time frame, on the hour time frames, then psychologically in the next couple of months, I think people are going to be looking for 200. Okay, so just keeping it very simple. For Tesla, this ticker has been running in a awkwardly weird way, and it's still bullish. Okay, there's nothing about this ticker that says it's bearish. You know, very simple. Unless that changes, and then we get a nice red candle that does something like this, then for sure we'll be bearish. Until then, this ticker is bullish. We're looking at this nice 4-hour time frame. What I like about this is that we have a nice rally, and you guys know, here's your rally, here's your base. We're going to either look for one or two things: the breakout continuation or just a downtrend. It can either stay sideways as well. It can do whatever it wants, but I am looking for an entry above 720. Anything above 720 and 725, I am going long. I am going to enter a nice position, and I want to make sure that we continue to the top side. The levels for that is all I'm looking for is this piece right here. The ultimate target would be around 740, what is it, 744.50 area to the high of 754. I think people are going to look for 760. And if it goes parabolic, definitely looking for the top of 777. A lot of little targets on the way up, but definitely looking for the bigger picture. The bigger picture is your rally-based rally, which that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice move to the top side, you know, to come like way up here. So this would be my ultimate target by the end of the week. If that decides to break out and continue, you guys know that Tesla has a crazy following, and once people trade this, they swing for the fences, and you know they're making tons of money on the swing trades on Tesla because it's so parabolic and it has like $20 to $30 moves. It can be very insane. So people get trigger happy, and it's just like a buy button, and people are just pressing buy, 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 buy. But definitely a nice bullish play. So if you do want to buy the dip on this thing though, if we don't end up breaking out Monday or Tuesday, you can definitely look for a nice dip buy right here. Check this out. It gives you enough opportunity to buy it right here. Okay, that 705 to like about that 707 gives you a nice opportunity to dip buy, and then if you do buy that, your stop loss is right there. Very simple, right? So keep mind on Tesla. Okay. The next ticker PayPal. PayPal is one of those tickers that just kept on running the past, what, 2 months, 3 months almost. So basically from here, 520, all the way to about, what is this? I'm gonna just say like 720 or something like that. But yeah, it had a nice run. It hit an all-time high. It made an all-time high, I believe. Let's double check. Yep, it made an all-time high, hit that 310, nice bearish candle, and now we're basing out right here. Okay, this is what I like. This is why it's always good to understand the bigger time frames, because this is your drop, this is your base building, and all you're doing is retesting an old resistance and an old support. So you have a mixture of both. Okay, so on the 4-hour time frame, we're kind of squeezing, and this is what I like. I like that we have this nice trend line here. And remember what I said about trend lines is that if you have a trend line on this ticker, how many more people out there have the same trend line as you? Okay, unless you can sit there and tell me that every chart looks different, then I'll shut up. But in reality, every ticker is the same, every chart is the same, and they're all going to have that same trend line. Unless it's Robinhood, then you're going to have a weird trend line. So with that said, remember that if somebody is playing this trend line, you can definitely play the same trend line because somebody else out there is doing the same thing. Okay, so for this one, we do have a nice little squeeze right here. Okay, my safer entry for longs is probably over that 278. Okay, 277 and 278 is probably a safer entry. For puts, it's a little more questionable because we do have some wicks here, and then we do have these pieces here. So for this one, you just got to be a little more careful. But under that 273 and 272.50 would be entry for puts, and it'll continue to break down. And that's when you look at your targets on the bigger time frame, and you're looking for this target here. You're looking for this target right here, and then of course that bottom range, which once was a demand. Okay, so this has potential to create a nice bearish candle to do something like this, just because it's a base drop, and this is a nice squeeze. So remember that. But also it can pop, it can create something like this. Okay, so I'm going to look for either one. Whichever one comes first, that's what I'm going to be playing. Just because PayPal has a nice setup, has a nice squeeze, it can definitely play out Monday or Tuesday. If it decides to play Tuesday, it's either going to drop hard or pop heavily, whichever one comes first. Okay, so that's PayPal. The next one that we have is Disney. Disney, very simple type of trade here, very simple strategy that I'm going to use on this, and there's really no overthinking on something like this. Okay, so recent earnings, huge green candle, next day sell off. Okay, simple. All right, everybody understands that. What I want you to see is that whenever you have a pattern, whether it's a bull flag, ascending triangle, symmetrical, whatever pattern you have, when there's a breakout of a pattern, there's always a retest the next day. It might not be the next day, it can be that same day. There's some type of retest. Okay, looking on this 4-hour time frame, Disney was trading from this 180 level all the way down here to this like 172. It traded a range for such a long time here, tried to pop here, it hit that 185 and then just dropped back down all the way to its support. So you see that, like when it tried to trade above, it literally created a nice little bit a range here, and then automatically the sellers came in and they said, nope, you belong down here. Okay, so this is when the buyers ended up stepping in back in, and they brought it all the way to that 180. So they made good money. The sellers also made money. So sellers don't see much value over the 180 level, giving you this big range that you can understand on this time frame. So now what's happening, the difference between this pump here and this one is that this one was the earnings and it was a positive catalyst. The positive catalyst that also is giving us a nice retest, okay, of that 180. Right now we're at 181. I think right below 180.50, 180.20. So depending on where we open tomorrow, that's where we're going to be at. So the best way to trade this is you want to buy in this area. It's very simple, okay? You're buying on the retest. This is what you're doing on the large time frame. Therefore, it's going to give you a bigger move. So you're looking for something like this to trend up. Your target, first and foremost, ultimately would be around the 185, because last time we broke out from this 180 level, okay, we ended up hitting the 185. Okay, so breaking that level right here, this 178, and then this 180, we ended up hitting that 185. So understand the bigger picture. So now we're on that same boat. All right. Now we're here retesting. That's the difference between this one. This one was just a simple breakout and then all the way smack back down, back into its trading range. What I want to look for is for this sentiment and this positive catalyst to continue to stay positive and bring the stock up to a new sentiment and a new trend. That's what I want to see above 180. A safe entry is 181. Okay. If you want to give yourself some room, put 180 as your stop loss. Okay. Depending where we open tomorrow, of course, everything is going to change, but I want my entry to be above 181. Very simple. So if it trades here, I am long. Okay. My targets, they're all up here on top. That's what I'm looking for Disney. If this thing continues to trade below 180, I will not be touching calls. I will set my alert at 181. And when it comes back and decides to go to 181, I will be there. If Monday we continue red and we hit this 178.50, I will not trade it. If Tuesday we come back and hit 179.90, I will not trade it. If Wednesday or Thursday or Friday we come back and hit 181, I will get in. If it doesn't get in 181 this week, okay, if it doesn't hold above, I will wait till next week until to trade over 181. Okay, that's how simple my trade is, because I understand that the bigger time frame, it's a huge retest and I need it over 181 to continue to go up. That's all I'm looking for Disney. Okay, so look out for this one. It's going to be a nice swing trade. I am planning to get in, enter here. If anything, I think the 178.50 can be a nice dip buy if you wanted to. But I think over the 181 is going to be a stronger confirmation to go up into the 185 and just start trading in these ranges up here. So that's what I'm looking for. Again, if you want a nice dip buy, I think right here would be a great one. Below that is your stop loss. If you want to take the safer entry like I am, going over the 181 is going to be my entry. Okay, so yeah, those are the type of trades that I'm taking. It's going to be FDX, Apple, Tesla, PayPal, and Disney. It's very simple list. 5 tickers that we can focus on for the week and potentially make some good money off of. And it's not too much to look out for. All the levels are provided on the list itself. And if you don't know where to find the levels, again, they're on the Instagram. They will definitely be posted all over. Check us out at Conservative Collectors. We have the YouTube video. We have the list in there, list in a couple other places. But, it's totally up to you to follow the list. It's totally up to you to pull the trigger on some of these. I cannot sit here and hold your hand and tell you that, hey, we're at 181, guys, start getting into contracts. I can't do that. All I can do is provide some levels and hope that you guys are executing these trades, because that's what it's all about. It's for you to become a self-sufficient trader. It's for you to understand what we are looking for and how things are going to change direction and what you should look for. Because if you don't know what to look for, you're shooting for the fences and you're trying to YOLO every single play just because somebody else is making thousands on other tickers. So remember, guys, understand the play, understand what's happening, and versus a single signal for somebody to tell you that it's breaking a certain level. Set your own alerts. Be self-sufficient. I challenge you guys. Don't wait for anybody. Get in your trade. Trust your trade. Trust the process, and manage your risk properly. If you have a stop loss level, follow it no matter what, and then reset your save levels. All right. So hopefully this helps you guys get a good grasp on what the week is all about and catch some good plays. Remember, FDX, I'm looking for a trend reversal for a swing. Apple, I'm looking for a continuation for the break of pattern on the larger time frame. Tesla, I'm looking for a rally-based rally. PayPal, it's going to be a squeeze play. So this is either going to have a nice pop or a nice drop. Disney is a nice retest play that I'm going to look into building a swing position. Okay, so easy setups, very simple to understand. So yeah, set your alerts, guys. Stay green. If you guys have any questions, direct message us at Conservative Collectors. Tag us on the Instagram. Let us know if you guys took some of these plays. Let us know if this is helping you guys. Comment on the YouTube comments. Do whatever you guys need to do to reach out to us. All right. We're here. We're open to suggestions. We're open to any advice. I mean, whatever it is, the testimony, you guys want to post it, by all means, just tag us and let us know how we're doing, but also how you are doing. Okay. So stay green, guys, and I will see you next week. Hopefully this Wednesday we can come up with another video as well. So good luck this week, guys.